Welcome to World of Questions. Today, we are looking at a question that gets asked all the time. What specific behavioral and strategic differences separate the average worker from a millionaire? Building real wealth rarely comes down to simply putting in longer hours at the office. It requires completely rewiring the architecture of how you acquire money in the first place. Let's look at the baseline. For most of the workforce, financial survival relies entirely on a single full-time paycheck. This single source must cover rent, groceries, and daily living expenses. If a layoff, an illness, or a sudden company closure abruptly stops that deposit, the bills continue, and financial ruin follows rapidly because there is no backup system in place. Relying on one employer is a high-risk gamble, leaving you completely vulnerable to external economic forces. Millionaires use a contrasting strategy. They engineer structural redundancy into their finances, ensuring that the loss of one income source is a minor inconvenience rather than a total catastrophe. The first move towards financial freedom is abandoning that single point of failure and creating a decentralized network of income. To see how horizontal diversification works, let's look at Sarah. She brings in a traditional primary salary of $70,000 a year. This diagram outlines her strategy. Sarah uses that primary salary to build secondary pipelines, dividend-paying investments, a freelance side business, and digital products. If her primary salary stops flowing, those smaller pipelines keep feeding her accounts, because they are completely decoupled from her physical working hours. This setup provides immense tactical leverage. Sarah can negotiate harder for promotions or take career risks based on growth, rather than operating out of desperation. Establishing multiple income streams is an aggressive horizontal defense mechanism against economic instability. Once those horizontal streams are established, you plug them into an acceleration engine. That engine is compound interest, the mathematical process where your returns generate their own returns, snowballing over an extended period. James starts investing at 25, and his wealth curves into a massive arc. Now Michael invests the same amount, but waits until 35. His line climbs aggressively, but plateaus lower. That highlighted gap is the mathematical penalty for waiting. The data proves a clear rule. The amount of time your money sits in the market does far more heavy lifting than the initial dollar amount you invest. Compound interest is the specific mechanism that turns time itself into an active, revenue-generating asset. Real wealth requires merging these two forces, the horizontal consistency of multiple income streams feeding into the vertical acceleration of compound interest. You do not need a massive corporate salary or the impossible luck of perfectly timing the stock market to achieve this. Mundane, long-term financial discipline consistently outperforms short-term gambles. The ultimate target is peace of mind. It is having the absolute freedom to spend your time exactly how you choose, without a single trace of financial anxiety. Sustainable wealth is not a lottery ticket you win. It is an engineered system you build over time. तो दोस्तों, if you want clear answers to even more of life's biggest mysteries, तो जल्दी से subscribe कीजिए और comment में अपना सवाल लिखिए, because your specific question could trigger our very next video.